What's up, guys? Welcome back. Alright, guys, we're going up against Yami Mitsurugi, and I will say this deck, it's too much. Yami Mitsurugi is just too much to deal with. I don't know. What do I need? Well, whatever. Let's just hop on straight into this duel. We have Albaz, High Spirits, Tragedy, Shrouded, and Super Poly. Opponent has Habikiri, Ash, Prayers, Yami, and Lollipo, and then pre-prep. So opponent here is going first. Starts with that Yami, so yeah, Snatchy, get the field spell, minion reborn, and then synchro off into the Cupsy to search for Cupsy Yami, as well as Marshmallow, and here he discards, Prayers, Habikiri Effecture, he's going to get Saji basically in play here. Saji will search for the Ritual, and then pre-prep, search for Murakumo and Mirror first, good, and then special summon Cupsy to search for Surprise. You know, in all honesty, banishing Surprise, let's say off DD Crow or Philia Regis, this is like one way to make your life a bit easier against Yami. Banishing this, because Marshmallow can only recycle Surprise from the grave. But yeah, we don't have any of that, so anyways, moving on. Opponent is going to start with Marshmallow summon, then go into Samsara, then synchro off into Herald, link off into Gravity just to put Herald in the grave, which will trigger to search for Habikiri. Here comes Ritual to summon from hand. Murakumo, and then Habikiri Effecture searching for Purification. Mirror, summon Habikiri from grave, which will trigger Murakumo, searching for Prayers now this time, and reborn the Murakumo, right? Yes, Surprise here, reborn Marshmallow Effecture is going to add back that Surprise. Honestly, yeah, dirty play there. Go into Lollipo to reborn a Lollipo as well as Cupsy, and then here he will link off into IP, then some Samsara effect, bounce back the Herald to reborn herself, and then opponent will synchro off back into the Herald. Set the Surprise, set Purification, set Prayers, and pass turn. So we draw for turn Aluba. At least we have a normal summon here. Sure, we have Albaz. Now here's the thing, Omni Negate and a Floodgate. We know he has Surprise, we know he has Purification, we know he has Prayers. Murakumo, discard, Rakeki, that Ash, we don't know, IP, So, I must say in this duel, after this duel actually, I was thinking, you know what, maybe I should, because I have Super Poly, maybe I should play Preskinion again, because some Aluba, whether it's chain Imperm or they don't do anything, you just go Super Poly, Aluba, Herald, and Murakumo, I guess in this situation, going to Preskinion, and then Preskinion could steal the Herald, so that you get the Omni Negate, right? I know for a fact the opponent can just chain Prayers, reborn Murakumo on summon, activate, and you're kind of forced to use Herald to negate this. But that was my plan here. But with this hand outside, you know what? Normal summon Albaz. As player priority, we're going to go Super Poly, get rid of that Tragedy. Luckily, it gets banished. We're going to use two of our opponent's monsters to go into Dogma, not the IP, the Herald and the Murakumo. Chainlink 1 and Chainlink 2. Opponent here is going to be using Prayers here. Yeah, he has to, because I kind of wanted to put back the Murakumo, and I'm assuming this Habikiri as well, right? Yeah, these two are properly Ritual summoned, I believe. So yeah, these two back, so that Purification could no longer be live. That was my plan there, but yeah, opponent catch on, so he activates Prayers, Chainlink 3, Tragedy, search for Quem, even though we already normal summoned, and then Murakumo's back here. But just still trying to resolve Dogma. I shuffle back opponent's Snatchy as well as a Cupsy. The reason why, he only had one Snatchy in the grave, so yeah, just trying to stop him from link summoning during our turn. And then on a new chain, yeah, the Cupsy synchro, not the main deck one. That main deck one doesn't matter. On a new chain, Chainlink 1 Habikiri, Chainlink 2 Murakumo. Blow up our field, search for Prayers, and now go Shrouded here. We send Retribution as cast. Opponent here is going to chain Murakumo. We just send Aluba because we already normal summoned, and then High Spirits can use Quem. Join to Lost. Activate Lost to see if our opponent would do something. Activate High Spirits. Opponent will chain Lollipo. No Ash, no Purification yet. Summon Lollipo, summon Cupsy. Send the Grand Gugno and Quem. Search for Ecclesia, which honestly in this situation, yeah, we're already sort of in a bad position here. Because opponent still has Purification and that Ash Blossom, which is definitely enough. Opponent here goes Chainlink 1 Cupsy, Lollipo, trying to banish Retribution, so we're forced to use Retribution, just add the High Spirits. Opponent draws into full loss, special summon Ecclesia, Effecture. Opponent here is going to go, no effect, but we summoned Albaz, then Albaz effect, which I know is going to get negated by Purification. So yeah, that's game. It's a bit rough there. Quite a lot to deal with, yeah, honestly. But yeah, game number 2, we open Aluba, Fusion, High Spreads, Deployment, and Quem. Opponent opens Full Loss, Droplet, Cookie, Habakiri, and the Droplet. So we are going first here, obviously. No summon Aluba, not expecting Imperm Veil. Actually, I was sort of expecting Imperm, so honestly I should have started with Deployment, but I felt a bit brave, and yeah, we got lucky there. Brand lost, Brand Fusion. Opponent here will chain the Full Loss. Okay, send Albaz and Bestial Rebellion to go into Albion, and then here we're just going to activate Lost. Opponent draws into Marshmallow, we shows Shrouded. Okay, summon the Bestial Rebellion. Bestial Rebellion here, place the Regained. Shrouded here will send the Opening because we're dealing with Mitsurugi, so we need some protection for our fusions. Draw into Draw, which is a good, I guess, hand trap. High Spreads here send Grangogno and Quem, search for Cartesia, which we can special summon from hand. Okay, special summon the Cartesia, and we'll go to end phase. End phase, Albion here set the Brand of Banishment because we need that lad onto the field. Pass turn, opponent draws Prayers. Okay, it's still in draw phase, he's going to activate Prayers, which is totally fine. Okay, just searching for Habakiri. On res, on res I go Banishment now. Summon, okay, bring out lad here, and then we're just going to go Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2. Okay, search for Mercuria. I was thinking here off Lost whether I should search for Albaz. Okay, so that Cartesia, we can go straight for Merjade. Honestly, I was thinking of doing that, but didn't do it, so we're taking a chance here. We join Super Poly. Okay, opponent starts with Habakiri, and then obviously lad, Chainlink 2. Opponent will drop the Droplet. He only sends one Habakiri. He sends only one monster just to negate lad only, which is interesting. In all honesty, it's interesting. Here comes Saji effect. We just chain the Chainlink 1 Saji, Chainlink 2 lad, then Chainlink 3 Cartesia. That's the way it goes. Cool, that's fine, doesn't affect anything. We're just going to Grangogno. Opponent searches for the Ritual, and then on the new chain we're going to go Grangogno, send the Rinbrim, and we're going to drop the Draw as well in the same chain. Okay, here comes Ritual. Opponent summons Murakumo from deck, tributing Habakiri. Chainlink 1, just blow up our field. Totally cool. Opponent normal summons Cupsy, not Cupsy, summons Cookie, and then this time I decide to go Rinbrim. Comes Albaz Effecture. Opponent change the Murakumo. I discard the Super Poly. I keep the Mercury just for that negate. Okay, going to Dogma, just use all his materials, and then Dogma Effecture we're going to shuffle back. I decide to shuffle back one of my Grangognos as well as opponent's Cookie in case he had surprise, to summon from grave. Okay, opponent then goes Marshmallow. We just negate that with Mercuria. Okay, because he already normal summoned, and that's enough to take game number 2. Game number 3 now. Okay, the decider one. So we draw Harpies, Dark Ruler, Rebellion, Super Poly, and Opening. I guess it's decent, but we kind of need a lot more to play through Yami Mitsu board. Opponent has Droplet, Judgment, Insane, Lancia, Habakiri, and Cupsy as well. So he's gonna normal summon Cupsy, which will search for the surprise, and he's gonna go full combo here, so we're not gonna sit around too much. Snatchy, menu on field spell Reborn. Then here comes Cupsy searching for Cookie as well as for Marshmallow. Discards the Habakiri, and Marshmallow summon. Cookie will summon, doesn't activate, but anyway, Samsara, Herald, Link Off, and then triggers to search for another Habakiri. Now here comes Habakiri. Jeez, just too many plays here, but Mitsurugi Ritual from deck, Murakumo, Habakiri, trigger to search for Mirror. Okay, and then Mirror, tribute, summon Habakiri, and then Murakumo will trigger searching for Purification, and will reborn itself, right? Yes. Surprise, Marshmallow added back. Such a nasty play there. Here comes Lollipo, reborn Cupsy and Cookie, going to IP, and then Samsara put back to reborn herself, and then he will finally synchro off into Herald. Set the Purification, Judgment, Droplet, and Surprise. That's one scary back row over there. And pass turn, and we draw Thrust for turn. Pretty good draw. Now, here was my thought process. If you go Harpies first, opponent can easily, chain the Purification, and we know he has this, right? Or he could chain Herald or Arclight, right? Then if we go Dark Ruler more, we still have to deal with Purification, which is fine because I just wanted to force out Purification because it's the only Omni negate besides from Solemn and Herald I was expecting. Okay, and I hope when his Thrust will be live. So I decided first to go Dark Ruler no more, because the reason why, if I go Dark Ruler no more and it forces out Purification, that means I can easily deal with the back row all I need to do is to go Super Poly, get rid of Herald, and yeah, had to get rid of Herald, and the Lollipop's going to Mood Dragon, so at least he doesn't have this Herald Omni negate. So if I think about it, maybe I should have first went Harpies, then Dark Rule no more maybe, but I think it would have been the same situation. No, it would have been a little bit different, because that way, yeah, Super Poly could still be in our hand, basically, because now I'm forced to use Super Poly, going to Mood Dragon, okay, on rares, anything, nope, I activate Mood Dragon, okay, wait, sorry, yeah, opponent on rares goes the surprise, I just go, okay, fine, Mood Dragon, channeling 2, forcing Murakumo discard, I don't discard for this, I'm like, that's fine, at least you used it. Here comes Lollipop, then we go Harpies, opponent is going to go Purification, which is fine, okay, we got rid of that, now we just need to deal with this last card here. Murakumo search for prayers, and he will also search for Reborn itself, then Murakumo blow up the field, we then go Thrust, opponent will chain Lollipop to summon Snatchy as well as the Cupsy, and then here we'll search for Brand Fusion. On a new chain Cupsy effect, and he draws into Bell, then go Brand Fusion, and here, yeah, here on Rez, yeah, he took like 4 seconds to decide if he wanted to do something. I said, nope, listen, 4 seconds is like, after everything, you could just immediately say thank you. So Brand Fusion, chaining 2 will be the Snatchy to go into Cookie, Yummy Way, Saint Albaz, and Tragedy. Chaining 1, chaining 2, the reason why I do this is hoping to play around Bell. Opponent goes chaining 3 Cookie to Reborn, not to flip. But opponent does have draw, which is unfortunate, so yeah, it is what it is. Here, Reborn's Cupsy, Reborn Snatchy, Tragedy here, search for Luba, because we haven't normal summoned yet. Normal summon Luba here, yeah. I decide to search for Fallen the Virtuous. Opponent here is going to chain Cupsy, Yummy Way, tag itself out, summon Cookie and Cupsy, and then here comes the Fallen the Virtuous, which is, yeah, not really good. Cookie popped the Lubellion. I decided not to protect it, in all honesty, because, yeah, I mean, with Fallen Virtuous, what exactly am I going to get out of this? We enter battle phase, hoping he doesn't use IP, but he doesn't. Cool. Well, he doesn't, which is good. Okay, because if he goes into SP, he can just banish something from grave or field, which I didn't want. Main phase 2, I decide to scoop here, because if I go Following the Virtuous, I pop something, send the Albion here to set or add, and then we're gonna, if I don't have a card to discard, Murukuma can just easily negate that. So yeah, it was a losing position here. So yeah, that's the do, guys. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers.